things happen in their life. They were taken away from the mother. But as I tell them, something good always come out the bad. Because had they not taken them from the mother, there's no telling how they would have ended up. And look at my babies now. Look at them now. They're good memories, and there was bad memories.
Yeah, I used to come, and during Christmas time, there would be a Christmas tree filled with candy canes that was exclusively for me. The day that I actually made the phone call, so my mom and her boyfriend were arguing, and they were right there on the porch. I jumped out, I came out, and I got in the middle of him as he was swinging, and it hit me. Like, I got hit, like, so it bust my lip. I ran out, and I ran up the street, because there was a payphone up the street. And I just, like, sprinted all the way up there, and then I called the police from there. Department of Children and Families, they deal with the foster care agency. So they came, and they were, like, looking through the house. My mom wasn't home. It was, like, my sister. She was, like, 10 at the time, maybe 9. My 2 younger brothers, the youngest was probably like 5, 4, and then my grandparents who were like elderly. Like, it wasn't no food in the house. House was probably dirty, I'm sure. So just right then and there, it was like, okay, they can't stay here. So they took them, and they said, like, when my mom came home, like, it took her like a whole 24 hours, like, before she even like reached out to them about her kids. So, I mean, she could have been scared, but at the same time, like, your kids are gone, like. So yeah, from there, like, we never came home. They couldn't really understand, like, why I wanted to dress the way I dressed, did the things I did. Like, basketball was my world. And for them, that was like, nah, like, what are you doing? That's a direct path to hell. So I remember it was a point where it was like, I used to wear my hair in a ponytail. Like, oh, that's indicative of a lesbian, so you can't wear your hair like that. Or you have to wear, like, they would buy me all skirts. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, so stuff like that, and that caused me to want to do it just that much more, because I felt like y'all are trying to make me be somebody I'm not. So there weren't a lot of kids in the neighborhood. They were here, but they didn't come outside much. So whenever I came outside, I was either walking to that library or to that park. But I would say most of my memories, happy memories, are centered around basketball. Really? And when they realized that was all I wanted, they took it away. Like, that was the only thing that could get to me. Like, there was literally nothing else, like, that would bother me. And when they did that, I was like, are you serious? For me, like, my confidence was coming, I was getting there, and it was like, how could you take that from me? Like, and I don't even think I was gonna start that game, but I was the first person off the bench. Like my team needed me, and like, y'all took that because you could. It was like you was waiting on something and you snapped. I feel like I'm getting emotional talking about it. Yeah. But yeah, they took that. So when I was turning 18, I was about to get, you gotta get adjudicated. So I go before the judge, and she says, you about to graduate, what are you gonna do? And I said, I'm going to college. I'm gonna get my degree in business. And I went to FAMU, and I was majoring in business, right? So my first semester, I realized I hated business, the worst decision I ever made in my life. I had a 1.8 GPA at the end of that first semester. And I had to talk with myself. I said, listen, you gotta get it together because you don't have a home to go back to. So I was sitting there like, what am I gonna do, what am I gonna do? And I thought about the judge. So when I told her I wanted to go to college and I kind of had a plan, she had her JA call me like every other week, like, did you do this, did you do that, did you do that? And then that stuck out to me. I'm like, she didn't have to do that. Like, so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll go to law school and I'll become a judge and I help out kids that are in foster care. So from then I switched my major to criminal justice, and I had a concentration in juvenile justice, pre-law and juvenile justice. Then I went to law school. It was the best decision I ever made in my life. Going through the foster care system has given me a voice. People listen when I talk. And growing up in foster care, that was not the norm. It was kind of like you just sit there and be quiet. And for a long time, even once I've gotten out of foster care, that was like the role that I took. Like I would just sit there, somebody asked something, sure I answered, but I never really gave like too much input. And now it's different because people seek me out, like to see how I could help, how I could bring this kind of perspective. And just recently, I got on the board of the CBC Alliance, which is a board that kind of, I don't want to say governs, but they kind of like the watchdog, so to speak, of the foster care agency here in Miami. And I think that's really important, and I'm on the System of Care Committee, which is like the meat of that organization. So I'm really, really excited about that because I think a lot of people that have done that work previously came into it because they've worked in the system. And I think I've worked in the system, newly, but I've worked in the system, but I've lived in the system. So I think that's very, very important.